Today we get to hop into Manwich between the Buns. Not just me playing video games and playing them very poorly. I'm like, I thought there was a guy right here. Oh god, I blew myself up. Oh, wow. No, I got shot in the ass. Ah, grenade! But we also get to hop into what is Manwich's favorite game? How did he grow up with video games? What were his favorite consoles, his favorite games? If he had to choose a death sequence from a video game, what would it be? We find that all out today, so let's hop right into it.
But anyways, I guess I should introduce myself to everyone that's watching.
Everybody, this is Manwich Muncher.
Nani?
Please tell us a little bit about you. Old school, ASL, age, sex, location.
Sure. So I'm gonna be 30 in May.
All
so
right.
hitting that big 3-0. I am male. I identify as male. My wife can attest I identify as male. Location. So I am based in the Chicagoland area in the United States. So in Illinois, right by the Great Lakes, Great Lake of Michigan, just in the suburbs out there. So I know a lot of people get upset when you say you're from Chicago, but you're actually not. You're in the burbs. But people can be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and say they're from Chicago, and everyone can just kind of understands, and it's okay with it. But going here, quarantine's going okay. In regards to gaming life. Been a streamer now for, I want to say, about 4 years, if not going on 5. I don't know where the time's gone. So I didn't really get serious about streaming until I decided to put a schedule together. And that schedule came about, I want to say, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I never really stuck to it until about a year and a half ago. But just kind of streaming on random days, and people like, oh, it'd be fun to watch you. And so I ended up, going on Amazon. I bought it. I think I got a bonus from work like 5 years ago. I'm like, I'm going to buy an Elgato. First, I was like, I want to see things pop up on the screen when people follow and stuff. Like, that was the first thing. And I'm sitting there streaming from my PlayStation. Like, what the hell? Why isn't this working? And did some research on Google because
it doesn't work like that when you do it console.
Yeah, and I'm like, it doesn't work. And I was like, what the hell? And I started creating fake accounts and being like, what the hell? Why is this not working? And so like 10 or 15 of my random followers are just bot accounts that I created, which I probably shouldn't say, but it's not the end of the world. But anyway, so then bought a capture card, and then just started adding to the repertoire. But bought a I'm pretty sure a stolen laptop off Craigslist, which I don't know if it was stolen. I just bought it. My wife came with me. We went in the shady gas station and bought that. And then just started building out that from there. And now I have a green screen and a great camera, and of course always trying to build things out. But mainly play things on PS4. I do play some PC games, but I can't stream them unfortunately because I'm only running off a laptop. It's not the strongest thing in the world.
Yeah.
So just play games with friends and whatnot. But I've started to broaden my horizon now. So I'm now starting to create some content on YouTube, starting to edit my own videos and my own content to try and put some stuff out that people can see you. I am 100% against Instagram. I'm 100% against Snapchat. I'm 100% against all these other things. The only thing I have is Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and that's all I'm going to stick to. I'm not trying to get not trying to have the stipulation of posting one post every single day on every single different social media platform just so people can see you. Like, people want to find me, great, through networking or anything else. Like, that's the goal. But anyway, so PS4 streamer, content creator on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/my name, Manwich Muncher. And then same thing with YouTube and Twitter as well. But mainly PS4 gameplay. I Rover mentioned in the beginning, outside of me being ravishly handsome, that's I do play Rocket League, so I like to call myself a variety streamer. I think it's one of those things that you try and stick to one game, and by the time you stick to one game, a new game's out, and you just want to play it.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about me, and we can always discuss further into like history and how I got into gaming and all that other crap down the road. But that's kind of just an intro about me in time right now.
So, what's your spirit animal?
So I look up the definition of spirit animal, actually, and there's kind of a couple different definitions. So one is, the animal that's going to guard you through things,
Mhm.
and one that you kind of want to live up or be towards, and that's the kind of route I took for it. So funny enough, I did a lot of thinking about it. I was like, what do I actually want to be? What can I see myself as? What is my spirit animal that I want to try and portray or live towards? And it's actually a pet dog. And then I'll go through it a little bit. So reason being is that um, dogs that are pets, not obviously rabbit or wild, they have a bunch of things about them that I like to see myself try and do. So one thing is they love to eat. I love to eat. Never not love to
Hell
eat.
yeah.
I love human food. I love any kind of food, and they always love it. They're obedient and can be trained, and I think that's super important for anybody. That you do have to do things that can keep you sane, keep you alive, whether it's a schedule or whether it's making sure you have good habits or whatever the case may be. Or if all you want to do is stay up till 4 a.m. and play video games and and drink monsters and slam cheese whiz. I don't know what you want to do, but everyone kind of goes through those routines, right? And
Yeah.
the last thing, and it's probably a quality about me that is amazing, but also is also negative, and I think it's the same thing with dogs too, is that they're loyal to a fault.
Yeah.
Where you could, beat the crap out of a dog, and they're still going to come back,
Still
and they're
gonna
still going
wag.
to love you no matter
Yep.
what. And that's the way I see myself too. Is that my wife can attest, anyone else, that I'm always there for everybody no matter what. And she gets mad at me. She's like, "Why the hell are you helping everybody else out? Like, we need help too." And it's just been one of those things that I'm a social butterfly. I love to go up. I love to talk to people. I can talk to anyone. I can talk to a hobo on the street. Yeah, that's why I kind of came in and I was like, I think this is a good fit for me because it's and I started thinking about even going a little bit more granular. Like my dog wakes up and stretches in the morning. And it's like, man, I should wake up and stretch in the morning. Like, how much better I'd feel if I just woke up and was like, instead of like waking up and being like, okay, I need coffee. Like, let's get on with the day. So just kind of slowing down life a little bit and kind of taking it for that, just that piece of thinking of trying to emulate a dog's life. And now being in quarantine, we all get it, right? We're
Yeah.
roaming around the house, trying to figure out what we can eat, being told no, putting your head down, going back, sitting on the couch and throwing a movie on because someone tells you can't eat. Yeah,
That's
and it's
really
the only
cool.
question I'm prepped for. So
Good.
keep them coming.
What's your favorite game of all time?
The game that probably I always wished I could play and I couldn't play until I actually got the game would be Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation,
Oh,
original PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
It was a game that I always played with family when we go over for Christmas or holidays or anything. One person would bring the system, one person would bring the game, and then we'd all just go up to the attic or in the basement, get away from the parents because we were like, I don't know,
Yeah.
8, 5, 6 years old, whatever we were, and get away from everyone. Everyone would take turns. Once you died, you passed the controller and you just play it out. And of course, I was super into games, and I was the asshole kid. The asshole cousin that would like take 5 deaths, and I'd never die because all I did was ever play video games when I was a kid. So yeah, I would say Crash Bandicoot probably from a system standpoint or just from an overall standpoint game. I ended up buying the Insane Trilogy, played it, absolutely amazing. I've still never beaten Crash Bandicoot 1, if you can believe it, even though it's like the game I just said I absolutely love. But a game that got me into gaming, how I ended up coming into gaming. So I had a bunch of consoles. Unfortunately, I had all my consoles I've ever had since I was a kid until I lost them in a flood 3 years ago now in my house.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had 2 NESs, two SNESs, Sega Genesis, and Game Boy, original Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color,
God
DS.
damn, you got the library, brother.
Yeah, I had a ton, and unfortunately I lost it all, which sucked. But then PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, GameCube, and then PS4. So that's been, and now PC, I guess, is, you can't really call it a console, but had all these systems that I've kind of worked my way through. And every single system, I want to say, had a game that I absolutely loved and absolutely adored and played all the time.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I would say for Nintendo, for the NES, I would say Contra, 100%. 100% Contra, you know, you cannot forget the Konami code. You know, get those 99 lives, run in, you could beat the game, and you felt so good about yourself. Then for the Super Nintendo, I would have to say it would probably be Super Mario Brothers, just because they had a bunch of games in one, which is amazing. For Sega Genesis, I'd have to say it would be either The Lion King or Aladdin on the Sega.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah. Game Boy Pocket, Pokemon Red, Game Boy Color, probably Pokemon Pinball, which is super fun. But I don't know why I ever got so into that. For the original Game Boy, I'd say the original Batman game. GameCube would have to be Mario Super Strikers, probably the most fun game that was ahead of its time, 100%. PS4, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I'd say probably my favorite series would be Uncharted. The Uncharted series is probably my favorite.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Billy Madison.
All right, so you've already have an extensive knowledge of games, and you've already talked about a lot of games. Out of all of the games that you have played, and all the times that you have died in any of those games, which would be the way you would die? Which death scene out of any game that you have played would be the one you would want as the way you go out?
Honestly, I'd have to say probably Crash Bandicoot. You die. Well, I'd say the Crash Bandicoot death where you die, you turn into an angel and go straight up to heaven. There's no stopping. So it's pretty much like a free ticket.
Well, I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me because, it is not just about playing video games. I hope to continue somewhat of a series. I don't think it's going to be too often, but if it falls into update videos or anything else like that, I hope to be able to include these in with Manwich Between the Buns. Until then, guys, I'll catch you later.